All right, so I'm sure you guys have heard the news about Scottie Pippen calling Phil Jackson a racist because Scottie Pippen has always felt that he's been overshadowed. Even when Michael Jordan wasn't there in 1994 when he had left the summer before after they won their third championship against the Suns and Michael Jordan left and went to play baseball, Scottie Pippen felt that it was his team then because before that, Scottie Pippen, to me at least, his opinion, a piece by the way, welcome back to Be Man is Mad, of course, he felt that Michael Jordan was the alpha, which he was. And he was overshadowed by Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen that is, and he was. And he still felt that way in 1994 when Phil Jackson called a timeout when the Bulls were down by 2 points to the Pacers after Reggie Miller hit a shot to put him ahead by 2 points. At that time, the Pacers had lost 8 straight to the Bulls. Reggie Miller makes a bow to the Chicago crowd in the old Chicago Stadium. The crowd went crazy with booing Reggie Miller. Phil Jackson calls timeout, brings the team to the huddle, and says to Scottie Pippen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put you as a decoy. Scottie Pippen didn't like that. Scottie Pippen felt that it was his team. And Scottie Pippen felt that he should take the last shot. So he argued with Phil Jackson, and he refused to be put to play because Phil Jackson felt that it would be more appropriate for Tony Kukoc to hit the game-winning shot, which he did, and the Bulls won. And the Pacers, to that point, like I said, had lost 8 straight, went to 9 straight. So no matter what the situation is, the Bulls won. And of course, Scottie Pippen was bitter then, and he's always been bitter. He's always been overshadowed by Michael Jordan. He's always felt that his career was overshadowed by Michael Jordan. But you know what, Scottie? You were a great basketball player. You were one of the best defensive basketball players I'd ever seen. Okay? You are a top 50 NBA player of all time. You won 6 championships. You guys would have won 8 if Michael never would have left. Okay? You guys were probably the greatest basketball team ever assembled. You were like Thanos with the glove, like the Stones. Like you snap your fingers, every NBA team around you disappears. Why do you want to destroy your legacy? Why do you want to do this? Why are you so mad, dude? What's going on? Like, I know Scottie Pippen's been through a lot in his life. I know that he's had a lot of drama, but why do you want to destroy your legacy, your own? Don't poke at Michael Jordan. Don't poke at Phil Jackson. Don't destroy what you had. It might be too late now. The problem in America today, the problem is that if you're angry, it's so easy to destroy somebody. It's so easy to destroy someone's legacy. Okay? We've seen it. We've seen it with actors. We've seen it with athletes. We've seen it with musicians. We've seen it with everybody, politicians. And Scottie Pippen's out here accusing Phil Jackson of being a racist because he felt that he was overshadowed even by Tony Kukoc. And it wasn't his team. He automatically assumed that it was Tony Kukoc's team. And he was still somehow overshadowed by Michael Jordan and Tony Kukoc, which is ridiculous, guys. We all knew who Michael Jordan was. Michael Jordan is the god of the NBA. And Scottie Pippen did not like that at all. And you're sitting here and calling one of the greatest NBA coaches of all time, who knew how to work with huge egos and win championships. You saw him do it in LA and of course in Chicago. And you want to destroy this man's legacy. And that's how you do it, unfortunately, in America in 2021, is you just call someone a racist. That's it. And people will believe it without any facts, without any proof, without having any, anything concrete to propose out there to show to people like, yeah, this guy's a terrible person. I had to deal with this my whole career. You just say it, you destroy someone's legacy. But you know what? I don't think it will. I don't think this will destroy Phil Jackson's legacy, because you have other players, including Reggie Miller, by the way, who was on the Dan Patrick show the other day, saying that he cannot stand by what Scottie Pippen has been saying about Phil Jackson. He says that's a little too far-fetched. Come on, man, that's a little crazy. Like, it is. And, I mean, honestly, like I said, I don't know what's going on with the guy. I don't know what he's so angry about. This kind of picked up steam after last year's documentary, The Last Dance, that was on Netflix with the Bulls. I haven't even watched it. I don't feel like I need to watch it because I grew up during that time. I knew enough about the Bulls, what was going on. I listened to the sports media every day in Chicago. I knew the whole story, you know, with the ownership and the GM. Not trying to brag or anything, but it's just something I already seen in life that I don't want to see again. And, you know, it's just, you know, the way I looked at it. But since then, Scottie Pippen has ran his mouth and made comments about MJ and made comments about Phil Jackson, even the Bulls. And this newest one about Phil Jackson is something that I don't think he can backtrack on. Like, he's taken his steps back on Michael Jordan, considering him not the GOAT and considering LeBron James the GOAT. But this thing with Phil Jackson has so much respect around the league. And even, you know, Reggie Miller coming out there and saying, you know, you need to hold off, Scotty. You know, don't mess with fire here. I think it's too late for Scotty. And I think he's kind of tarnished his legacy a little bit. You know, and then what is Michael Jordan going to say? Is Michael Jordan going to come out and make a tweet? I hope he does, and I hope he just lets it go. And I hope this whole thing gets let go, because if he continues to go at it, dude, you're going to destroy everything that you worked hard for. Because you were the greatest NBA team of all time. You had the greatest dynasty of all time, at least to me. I witnessed it. I was fortunate to see a couple of your guys' games in the 80s and 90s, you know, like even before you got there. And for you just to come out and say these things, you know, it's baffling. It baffles my mind, guys. I don't know what to think about it. No, I do not think that Phil Jackson is a racist. I have respect for Scottie Pippen as a player, but as a person, I don't know where he's at. See, I can't speak for him because I'm not him. I'm not in his shoes. I hope there's not something else going on with him, like a mental issue, or maybe like some people think it might be a midlife crisis or something. But he's had a lot on his plate over the years. He's had a lot of things happen to him. I just hope that he's okay. But dude, do not destroy the great thing that you had. You had the greatest sports dynasty assembled in the last 30 to 40 years, probably ever. Okay, I don't care what anyone says about LeBron James. Michael Jordan is the greatest NBA player of all time. If it wasn't for Michael Jordan, I don't care what anyone says, the NBA would not be what it is today. Before Michael Jordan came there, in the mid-1980s, let's rewind the clock back to the late 70s, the NBA ratings were so low that daytime television, yes, I'm being serious, daytime television, soap operas, had better ratings than the NBA did. Okay? The NBA finals were put on taped delayed. Okay? That's how bad it was. They were not filmed live. Then David Stern came, saved the NBA. He was the beginning piece for the puzzle. Then Magic Johnson, then Larry Bird, and of course, the greatest of all, the god of the NBA, Michael Jordan saved the NBA, and Michael Jordan made the NBA a product across the world by 1989, 1990, and he saved the NBA. And unfortunately, the NBA is not what it was for me growing up. I was fortunate enough to watch the NBA in its golden era, and I don't think we'll ever see anything like that again. And I just hope that Scottie Pippen kind of backs off from this, kind of keeps his mouth shut, because why destroy all that great things that you created? And listen, I will say this about Scottie Pippen. If Michael Jordan did not have Scottie Pippen, he wouldn't have won all 6 championships. He probably would have won 2 or 3, but he would not have won all 6. Scottie Pippen made a big difference because Scottie Pippen was one of the greatest defensive players ever to play in the game. And I've always said that. But I just hope maybe Scottie takes a deep breath and he realizes what he's saying is stupid and he backs off. Because it's very, very unfortunate this had to happen. But folks, I wanted to get this opinion off my chest. I wanted to let you know how I felt. What do you guys think? Leave the comment below. Like I said, the article will be in the description below so you guys can read up on the whole thing. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe. Have a good 4th of July. And I'll talk to you guys later on down the road. Peace out.